Welcome back to Virtual Storytime.
Yes, and this week we are talking about the magic of music. Yes, no matter what kind is your favorite, and there are a lot to choose from, there's just so much wonderful freedom that you can find in the stories that you hear and great music, right?
Absolutely. We love music here. So make sure that you stay seated and enjoy our story time. And then afterwards, maybe you can play your favorite song and do a little dance or do some singing. That would be lots of fun. So enjoy, and we will catch you after the puppet show. Bye.
So, I know how much you guys have missed this great flannel board and how much you have missed singing the alphabet with us. So, we have a story today called M is for Music and Miss Mary. And she's going to put the letters up for you. Are you ready? Here we go. A is for anthem and accordion. B is for the Beatles.
Miss Mary's favorite band.
It's true. C is for CDs full of carols, Cajun, and country and western. D is for dancing and drumming all around your house. Can you play the drums? E is for Elvis, energy and encore. F is for finger snapping folk song. G is for guitar. Can you guys play a good air guitar? Oh, so many guitars. H is for Hildegard and harp. I is for an interesting instrument. J is for jazz. K is for klezmer, which is a kind of horn. And L is for loud. We miss your loud voices. M, of course, is for music and music teachers and mistakes, because we all make them, and Mozart.
Many.
Listening to him will make you smarter. N is for the Nutcracker, which has wonderful music in it. And O is for the orchestra playing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. P is for piano and practice, practice, practice. Q is for quartet and quintet. One has 4 and one has 5. R is for radio, playing reggae, ragtime, and rock and roll. S is for street musicians singing show tunes, spirituals, and serenades. That's a lot of different kinds of song. T is for trumpet, trombone, and tuba. U is for ukuleles in unison. V is for voice and vibration, maybe violin. W is for whistling. I wish I knew how to whistle. I'm not very good at it.
Look, I can whistle.
Yeah. X is for experimental music on a xylophone. Y is for yodeling, Yankee Doodle. And Z is for zydeco, which is a really cool kind of music, zither, and all forms of zippy music. And you know what's next, right, Miss Mary?
I sure do. Do you guys know what's next? We are going to sing the ABCs. You ready to sing with us?
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. Are you ready? Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
job, everybody.
Yay!
And I'm going to read you a story called Ruby Sings the Blues. Ruby was loud, very loud. When she hollered down the street, the man on the top floor yelled, "Keep it down, loudmouth, I'm trying to sleep." The student on the middle floor shouted, "Hey, boombox, I can't hear myself think." The saxophonist and the jazz singer in the basement looked at each other. "Awesome," they said. She yells, "Hi, everybody, I'm home." At home, Ruby's parents tried to stay calm. "Ruby, dear," they said, "do you think you could be a bit quieter? Like this?" "Just a weensy bit down," said her father. "How's this, Pops? Better," they said. "Now, do you think you can keep it like that?" "Okay, I'll try." But in class, Ruby was loud, head-splittingly loud. "Miss Nightingale, may I answer that question?" Oh no, look at her classmates, they're all covering their ears. At playtime, Miss Nightingale spoke gently to Ruby. "Let's pretend that you're a sound blaster," said Miss Nightingale, pointing to the 3 buttons on Ruby's blouse. "This is your on button, this is your off button, and the one in the middle is your volume control." Miss Nightingale gave Ruby's middle button a twiddle. "Okay, let's hear you, Ruby," she said. "Am I on now?" "You are always on, Ruby, and always loud," said Miss Nightingale. "Why don't we turn down the volume a bit more? Is this better?" "Much better, Ruby. Now go and play," said Miss Nightingale. Ruby ran outside, turned her volume control right up, and blasted across the playground. "I'm a sound blaster!" The other children couldn't bear it. They all turned around and shouted, "Switch it off, Ruby! You're hurting our ears!" No one wanted to play with Ruby. She was just too loud to have around. Switched off and sad, Ruby walked home. No one in her neighborhood even knew she had come home. That whole afternoon, Ruby kept quiet. Her mother wondered if she were sick, but Ruby wasn't sick. She had the blues. When the sax player and the jazz singer couldn't hear Ruby upstairs, they knocked on the door and asked, "What's up, Ruby?" In a teensy voice, Ruby explained how nobody wanted to play with her because she was too loud. "Well, we think you have an awesome voice," said Bernard, the sax player. "Yes," said Zelda, "I'd love to teach you how to use it." "Would you like to learn how to sing, Ruby?" asked her mother. "Awesome!" Ruby's mother smiled. There was nothing wrong with Ruby. Every day after school, Ruby took singing lessons with Bernard and Zelda. She copied the musical notes Bernard made on his saxophone. Zelda taught Ruby how to use her volume control so that she could sing sharp, zooming notes like the sounds of the city and gentle, breathy notes like a cool evening breeze. Most of all, she taught Ruby to sing with feeling. When the man on the top floor heard Ruby, he said, "What a beautiful voice." The student on the middle floor said, "Cool, man." The kids on the block came out and danced on the sidewalk, chanting, "Go, Ruby, go." And Bernard looked at Zelda and said, "Listen, Ruby's singing the blues." And when Ruby sang at her school concert, she was, well, just awesome. But once in a while, when the neighbors least expect it, she turns it right up. "Hi, everybody, I'm home!" Just to check that her volume control is still working. The end.
One day in the forest, a young bear cub found something he'd never seen before. What could this strange thing be? He thought. Shyly, he touched it with his stubby paws. Plonk! The strange thing made an awful sound.
So the bear left, but the next day he came back, and the day after that too, and for days and weeks and months and years, until eventually...
The sounds that came from the strange thing were beautiful, and the bear had grown big and strong and grizzly. When the bear played, he felt so happy. The sounds took him away from the forest, and he dreamed of strange and wonderful lands.
It wasn't long before the other bears in the forest were drawn to the clearing. Every night, a crowd gathered to listen to the magical melodies coming from the bear and the strange thing. Then, one night, a girl and her father came across the clearing. They told the bear that the strange thing was a piano, and the sounds it made were music.
"Come to the city with us," they said. "There's lots of music there. You can play grand pianos in front of hundreds of people and hear sounds so beautiful, they will make your fur stand on end." The bear knew that if he left the forest, the other bears would be very sad.
But he longed to explore the world beyond the woods, to hear more wonderful music, and to play bigger and better than before. And before long, the bear's name was up in big, bright lights in the big, bright city.
He played sold-out concerts in giant theaters. Every night, he performed with such passion and such grace, to wild applause and standing ovations and huge admiration.
He recorded albums that went platinum. He was interviewed for magazines. He won awards. He met new people every day and created headlines everywhere he went.
The city was everything he had hoped it would be, but deep down, something tugged at the bear's heart. He had fame and awards and all the music in the world, but he missed the forest. He missed his old friends. He missed home.
So the bear decided to go back. He speedily crossed the river and excitedly pounded into the forest. He couldn't wait to tell his friends about his time in the city. But when the bear reached the familiar clearing, it was empty. No piano, no bears, no anything.
The bear started to worry that his friends had forgotten him, or that they were angry that he had left them behind. Then a bear stepped into the clearing. "Hello!" cried the bear. "I'm back! I've missed you so much!"
Without saying a word, the other bear ran back into the trees. "Wait!" called the bear. "I'm sorry I left. Please stop." But his friend just kept running. The bear stumbled after him, moving deeper and deeper into the forest, until he saw something that made his fur stand on end.
For the bear had not been forgotten. His friends weren't angry, but proud. They had hung up all of his records and clippings from all of his magazine interviews. The bear realized that no matter where he went or what he did, they would always be there, watching from afar. They had even kept the piano safe in the shade, ready for his return.
So, after the bear had told his friends about his life in the city and the many concerts he had played, he sat down to play once more. This time for the most important audience of all. The end.
Hello!
Hello.
We are back. I hope that you enjoyed all those great stories about music, and that puppet show was really awesome.
It was one of our favorite books turned into a puppet show. And as always, we have a really cool music-themed craft this week. It's a little different from our other crafts, so it's pretty cool. If you'd like to check that out, the instructions for that will go up tomorrow. And you are welcome to come inside the library and pick up the supplies that you need, or if you prefer to use our curbside service, that's going to be going on for pretty much ever. So if you come to the library, you don't even have to be getting books. You can just call and say, "Hi, could I have some craft supplies?" And we will bring them out to your car for you. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We hope that you have a really good week, and we will see you next time. Bye.